All right, this is the answers to our day 2 worksheet here, solving and graphing. The first 3 are just kind of review from the other day. It says you should drink at least 6 glasses of water a day. So our glasses of water should be at least 6. So that's the smallest. It could be more than, could be equal to, but we don't want it to be less than that. The temperature will be below 20 degrees all week. So T for temperature will be below. So that means it's going to be less than 20 all week long. And number 3 says Mr. Klein has no more than $100 in his wallet. So we'll do W for wallet, has no more than. That means this is the highest it could be. Could be less than, could be equal to. It's just not going to be more than. So we'll have some of those on our quiz. We just want to make sure that we feel good about that. Now, today what we're doing is solving these, and they're all solved by one step today. We'll increase the steps as we go. But for this one, I have 3 times x. So to get rid of that 3, I'm going to divide by 3. Divide by 3. And because we divided by a positive, nothing special here. We're going to leave the sign alone. And then we'll come down here. We'll put a 9 there. Say a couple numbers bigger, a couple numbers smaller. Circle the 9. It is equal to, so we can fill that in. And we're looking at numbers less than 9, 8, 7, 6. Those are numbers less than 9. So the arrow goes this way. For this one here, we're going to subtract 5. Subtract 5, x is greater than or equal to negative 11. All right, and so then I put in negative 11, pick a couple numbers bigger, maybe a couple numbers smaller, circle the negative 11. It is equal to, so we can fill that in. And numbers that are greater than negative 11, negative 10, negative 9, negative 8 are all this direction. Over here, if we add 7, I get x greater than 18. So I'll put 18 down, a couple numbers bigger, a couple numbers smaller. Okay, circle the 18. We're not equal to it, so we're going to leave that unfilled, but we are looking for greater than 19, 20, 21. Those are numbers bigger than 18, so we go this direction. For this one here, we're going to multiply by 5. Multiply by 5, that cancels that. 8.2 times 5 is 41. So we'll put 41 down. A couple numbers bigger, a couple numbers smaller. Circle the 41. We are not equal to, so don't fill it in. We're looking for numbers less than 41. 40, 39, 38, they're all to this side here. So that's what we do with that. All right. For number 8, same idea. We're going to subtract 12. Subtract 12. I get x less than or equal to negative 7. So I put negative 7 down and circle it. Now it is equal to, so I'm going to fill that in. And I'm looking for numbers less than negative 7. Negative 8, negative 9, negative 10. They're all less than negative 7. So everything I've done so far has been adding, subtracting, or multiplying divided by a positive. When I get to number 9, here's my first time that I'm multiplying by a negative. Multiply by negative 3. And we said today that there is a special thing when you multiply by a negative, then your sign has to flip over. As soon as you multiply by a negative or divide by a negative, not anytime you see a negative, we see negatives all the time, it's when you're multiplying or if you're dividing by a negative, that's the time that we have to flip that over. Okay? So we'll have to keep that in mind as we go. It's really the only special rule with these inequalities. Otherwise, they're solved exactly like we solve an equation. So for x greater than negative 30, don't fill it in, not equal to. We want numbers that are greater than. They're all to this side here. Okay. For number 10, we subtract 4. Subtract 4. Again, we're not multiplying or dividing by a negative. We don't have to worry about anything weird like that. Put some numbers bigger, some numbers smaller. Circle that negative 10. Greater than negative 10, negative 9, negative 8, negative 7. They're all to this side here. And then for number 11, we're going to divide by negative 6. Divide by negative 6. So again, we divided by a negative. That's a case where we have to flip this sign over. So I'll put negative 3 down, negative 2, negative 1. Circle the negative 3. It is equal to, so we'll fill that in. We're looking for things less than, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. They're all less than. So we go to that side there. All right, and then our last two here want us to go ahead and write an inequality for what we see. This is at 32. It's an open circle, so we're going to put x. 32 is where we're focusing on, and we're highlighting numbers that are bigger than 32, so it's going to be greater than, but it wasn't filled in, so we'll leave it open. Okay, there's our answer to that. And then for 13, we have -1 as our focus, and we're highlighting numbers that are less than that. And again, it's not filled in, so we'll leave that blank. All right, so there's our beginning of solving. Tomorrow we'll bring in an extra step and see how we do.